just a head. Dr. Joseph Ignace Guillotin was an experimenter from Paris, France, and in 1795 he did many experiments where he used a decapitating machine, and they nicknamed it the guillotine. Brown Séquard was a French physician in 1857 who used to experiment transplanting heads on dogs. Jean-Baptiste Vincent Lambarde was a French experimenter who was supplied heads from the French authorities. Each experiment he did, there would be a different reaction. The face of the decapitated head would react by making different movements. Experimenters Hayem and Barrier picked up where Lambarde left off, but they used dogs instead. Later on, an experimenter, Burix, confirmed that what they were doing was actually the right step towards the future of transplanting heads. Vladimir Demikhov was an experimenter from the Soviet Union during the 1950s. He was a genius at understanding how the transplanting of heads worked. He transplanted body parts of dogs, and very successfully. Dr. Robert White was a neurosurgeon from the mid-1960s who contributed to these experiments by transplanting brains. White's experiment of 1971 was when he successfully transplanted a head to another body by using monkeys. This was the very first time in history that a transplant was done successfully. The controversy surrounding these experiments started to build bigger and stronger with each experiment done. There were valid arguments for each side. One fought that you could save lives, other fought that you could give lives to others, but there could be a better use for those bodies. More harm than good. Scientists haven't become perfectionists at these experiments yet. They also cost a lot of money, which, with all the controversy, to most isn't even worth it. They are still only experiments and not successful operations, and with the lack of knowledge, it could harm the bodies, if not paralyze them. Expansion. Countries like Germany, England, and the Dominican Republic want to do these experiments, but there is no money for them. These experiments and the motivation are slowly dying.